Hi, my name is Allison, and I am a registered nurse that did not comply, and because of that I did lose my job. A lot of people have been asking me what my plans are now that I am not working, and my plan right now is to move into the woods. Seems pretty drastic, but this summer we bought a property with a substantial amount of land. And it came with a cabin on the land, and at first we were kind of like annoyed that there was this cabin here because we wanted to eventually build on this property ourselves. But now we are embracing it, and we're actually moving into this cabin, which is about 650 square feet, maybe it's probably more like 600. But I have 4 children, so we're all moving in. So 6 of us are going to be moving in here. We do have plans on putting an addition on. We are having a barn built. We just put water in, like a well. We're going to have a hand pump and everything, and we'll have like a little electric pump to pump into a holding tank so that we're using minimal electricity. And eventually we do want to put solar panels in. I want to be self-reliant, self-sufficient. I don't want to rely on a system that doesn't care about me, and they have made that very clear. But I believe in fate and everything happening for a reason, and seeing the good out of a bad situation. So I'm really happy that we were kind of pushed into this, because we probably wouldn't have done this for at least like 10 years, maybe more. Once we were kind of starting to see that there was a pattern of things happening in the healthcare system with all the mandates, we started really critically thinking and thinking about our house and what we want to do with that, and if we should be moving onto our property or not. And it just seemed so clear when I found out that I was losing my job. This is not an easy transition for us. So we are moving from a house that is 3,600 square feet. It's huge, 6 beds, 4 bath, amazing, beautiful house. And we're moving into a cabin in the middle of the woods in a really backwoods area in general, and starting a new life here. And I'm really thinking this is going to be an amazing experience, and I'm very excited to share this experience with my children. I grew up living in the country. My husband grew up in the Adirondacks, so this is nothing new to us. But our children haven't really experienced being in nature until we bought this property. So I think that they need to have that, and I think it also gives us the ability to homestead, gives us the ability to homeschool if we need to, which I think eventually we will need to. It gives us a lot of freedom. If I take a nursing job, it's going to have to be a job that is online only, regardless of the mandate at this point, because I've totally switched gears in my brain, totally switched gears on what my outlook is and what my goals are for myself in life. Now my goal is to be self-sufficient, prepped, and self-reliant. I don't want to rely on a system. I put a lot of effort into being a nurse. In fact, I had gone back for my bachelor's degree, and the day that I found out about the mandate was the day that I finished my bachelor's degree. So it was super defeating. So I put a lot of effort into getting that BSN too. Like I said, I've got 4 kids. I was working through basically a year's worth of college again as an adult with a full-time job. I was working 40 hours at the time, and 3 kids and being pregnant. Also, one of my children was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes last year, so that puts a whole different perspective on being off-grid, especially when you need to be connected to, you need to have electricity to run a lot of her devices. So that's going to add a whole new element to things. So if this is something you're interested in, and watching a family go from basically everything to the most simple things and trying to go off-grid, then follow along. Give this channel a subscribe and like this video. And see you next time.